Hey everyone, welcome back to Quick Shots. I'm your host, Mick Chambers. I'm here with Shannon Dutruch. How are you doing, Shannon?
I'm good. I'm good.
Thanks for joining the show. Really appreciate it. I love your stuff on Instagram. It's amazing. You are not, this isn't sort of a typical, I love your dogs too, by the
I
way.
am
They're
so
awesome.
sorry.
Introduce your dogs. What's your dog's name?
This is Ramsey. He is a rescue. I don't really know what he is, and then Clark's aggravate me. Come here. Go play. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. We love dogs.
And this is Clark, but they are not wanting to share me. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll get through this. We'll get through this. But that's really good. I love to see the dogs and that side of the. Do you take them out fishing with you?
No,
No.
no, they
Right.
stay at a babysitter when I go places because they don't know
Okay.
how to act.
Hey. Okay. So we are. So like I was saying, I loved your Instagram. You're always doing. You're out fishing with a bow. I've never done fishing with a bow, so I'm interested to talk to you about that and what your experiences is, and try and get other people into that sort of hobby. It's really cool. Why don't you introduce yourself? Like, where are you from, and how long you been doing traditional archery?
I am from Louisiana. I'm about an hour north of New Orleans. I started shooting a bow. My dad taught me when I was younger, like a little kid. He tried to get me to deer hunt with him, but I never did it. And then fast forward as a grown adult, my husband bought me a recurve bow for Christmas one year, and then he took me bow fishing when I turned 40, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
Wow, that's pretty neat. And if you haven't, so Shannon, we'll leave your Instagram link down in the comments because you should go to her Instagram channel. It's pretty amazing the amount of stuff that you do with a bow. It's a Oneida bow,
Correct.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. I don't know a lot about those bows, but you are shooting fingers with that bow. And are you doing that? Is it instinctive?
Yes.
And you're just shooting instinctively and you're hammering like she's got boats full of fish. I was just like, it's got to be the best hunting experience ever because you just go out and you do you almost get fish every time you go or do you
Oh yeah.
ever?
I mean, I
Oh
hate to sound like that, but yeah, normally we do. Yes. I mean, I think
yeah,
the only time I've never had a fish was the very first trip I went. So, I mean,
really.
some nights are better than others, of course, but we usually get fish.
And what do you in Louisiana? What kind of fish are you
In
looking for?
Louisiana, we can shoot redfish, flounder if they're in season, gar, carp if you see carp, catfish, um, drum, sheep's head. So there's a pretty big variety here.
Yeah, that's amazing. So gar, it's funny you say gar because I think every person who shoots on a 3D course somewhere has had to shoot at a gar
Oh yeah.
on a 3D course, and we hate it. Like everyone hates it. It's just like it's so hard to do. It's just long and thin,
That's
right?
what I learned. That's well, when the first time I went, I didn't shoot any fish. So my husband went and got a 3D gar, and he would drag it around, and I would shoot from above and try to hit it in the yard.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
So okay, so let's go back. So you said your dad introduced you to was trying to get you into hunting, right? Initially, and then your husband bought you a recurve bow.
Hmm.
And was that for the sole purpose of fishing, or was just to practice and get good?
No, for the last 12 years, I've done a lot of running and racing. And so I kind of switched gears at one point and did a lot of obstacle racing. And I had to throw a spear at one of the races, and I got really, really good at it. So he just kind of was like, maybe she'll like a bow. So for Christmas, he got me a bow as a joke, and I actually was really good at it. So then he got me a better bow, and then when I turned 40, he took me fishing. So
And so, is your husband? This isn't about your husband, but I mean, like this is about you. But maybe we'll get him on later. Does he bow fishes as well?
yes, we both kind of started at the same time. I think he had been before, like a trip or two, but never just for fun. Which that's what we do it for now is just for fun. But That was our first trip together. Yes. So we both kind of have gotten into it together. But he is a big he loves hunting. He hunts with a bow, like he hunts elk and deer and
Oh
all.
wow.
So yeah,
Okay, what's your husband's name?
Ben.
Ben. All right. Well, I have to reach out to Ben. I want to hear about these elk hunts and that sort of thing
Oh
too.
yeah, he's dying to go on another one.
Yeah, I can imagine. They're expensive, but it's fun. Oh my gosh, that's got to be fun. You know what's funny though? I'm just going to mention this right off the top. I don't hear the Louisiana accent. I
No,
don't
it's
hear
not a
it.
good
It's
one.
just like a tiny one.
It
You need
depends.
to.
It depends on what part of Louisiana you live in. Like I always joke, like every part of Louisiana has a different accent. You go to New Orleans, they have an accent. You go to Lafayette, their accent's different. So I mean, I think we're just kind of in the zone where you just don't have an accent. Unfortunately, I wish I
No,
had a cool accent, but I don't.
yeah, no, it's not. It's there. It's there. I'm gonna get trouble in the comments. You got a little bit of accent. How about your husband? Does he get a big Louisiana accent on
No,
him, or
no, we're boring. We talk like this. Nothing special about our
you're
accent.
not boring? Okay, again, I'm gonna point people to your Instagram page because it is neat. Oh, I mean, how
Thank you.
many? I don't know if the game and fish are on top of you or what, but I mean, I'm just dude. Your boats are full of fish. I don't know how do you
Well,
like.
we
Is there no
travel.
limit?
We travel a lot. In Louisiana, yes, there's a limit on redfish. So
Yeah.
you're allowed five per person right now. They're looking into changing it. I don't know if they will. Um, but a lot of the places we travel, we shot paddlefish in Kentucky. That's two
Hmm.
per person there. Um, then when we go to Maryland, I mean, it's just numbers. You just shoot. They have a lot of carp and different things that you don't have to count numbers on.
Right. They're just yeah. So tell me about a day. Oh, so first of all, let's talk about your equipment for a second. This Onita bow that you have. Tell me a little bit about that.
Um, well, I mean, it's a lever bow, so I think I draw back at. It depends on where we're fishing. Usually, I have a 33 pounds on it. Um,
It's fast, eh? They're
yeah,
fast though.
yeah, they're fast. I have I think three right now. Oneida bow fishing bows. Um, the last one I got, I had it customized, so it's real bright neon. I like to think like maybe the 80s it came from. The Lisa Frank collection is what I like to call her. And then what?
Yeah.
And then we have the reels that we use. We use the Mega Mouth reels on the bow. Um,
Yep. Yep. I don't. It doesn't mean anything to me, but I'm sure someone in the comments will know. Someone that's watching this. So Megamouth. It's a Megamouth reel.
it's
Is
the
that a big name?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah.
I
Um,
don't. I'm sorry. If I'm being asking all these dumb questions to you, but I've never done it. I've never had a chance or opportunity, or like I don't even know where I would go to bow hunt, or sorry, bow fish. But you get on a boat, like you guys own a boat and get out on the lake, or on the. Is it rivers or is it lakes or what is that?
when we take our boat, we usually go toward the marsh. We go toward New Orleans. We go south of New Orleans, about an hour out of New Orleans.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Eh, sorry to interrupt you. So go back to your bow. So you 33 pounds on the fingers, right?
right.
And are you shooting split finger? If I'm not mistaken. Do you shoot like with a knock in between your
Yeah.
fingers? Okay. All right.
These are
And
these
then
are things that you should ask my husband. I know what I do and I do it, but I don't know all the terms and lingo. So yes,
it,
there's a
no, this is perfect. That's what show is all about. We're just trying to introduce new art, or we're trying to introduce people to different types of archery and the way archers what they're doing and what the community looks like. And you're definitely part of that trad community. I know lever bows are not officially like. I mean, people would say maybe that's not so trad, but I see you shooting fingers and it's recurved and it's instinctive. So that's pretty darn trad to me. And then you're doing something that's really, I think, unique and cool. And that is fishing a lot. You are doing a lot of fishing with that rig. And
yeah,
I think that those are specifically made. I noticed that a lot of people on your boats and stuff like that have those, and anyone that does fish has the same type of bow. So it must be really popular amongst the fishing crowd, the archery fishing crowd.
The lever bows. I mean,
Yeah, the lever bows.
there's different bows. Yeah. I think it's just like a running shoe. You have a preference. I can't say one's better than the other. I think people just prefer different bows.
Yeah,
There's a few different popular names out there, and I think my husband has three different types of bows. He's trying to figure out which one's his favorite. But he has three different really nice bows. Diff- High end. I mean, different names. Sorry,
yeah,
Rand.
it's okay. I'm gonna tell you, we're huge fans on this channel of dogs, so it's all good. It's all good. He's a cutie too, or she, I don't know,
It's
but
we just don't know what he is. Huh.
yeah, as long as he's nice and kind. Well, it seems like he's a lovey dog. Okay, so I think you know what's really cool about that though. What's really cool is that you can hunt all year round, right? Or no?
In
Like you can
Louisiana,
fish
we
all
can.
year round.
Yeah,
Pardon me?
Louisiana, we do. It doesn't really get terribly cold enough here to where we can't go.
Right.
So we fish. I found winter fishing probably to be one of the better times of the year for us to go fishing for
Yeah.
redfish. Yeah. Okay, stop.
You just find like that there's a lot more fish available or
Yeah,
they're
the bigger
slower.
to I don't know. They just seem to be more fish. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it's all great fishing, so I don't know. I'm probably the worst person to ask. But
No,
but we
you know,
but we do go during the winter. So we have a few trips booked already for next year in different states. So we're excited for that.
like where are you thinking of going?
We're going back to Kentucky for paddle fishing again. West Virginia. I mean, not West Virginia. Maryland.
So when you're saying paddle fishing, you mean like you're in a paddle boat?
No, it's the type of fish.
Oh,
So
paddle fish. Okay.
yeah. I guess some people call them spoonbill. They have the long. I actually got a mount made recently. It's really cool from that trip, but they're really cool. I have a post on my Instagram somewhere. That's the where you only get two per person.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
those
All
fish
right.
are really big. So when they say two per person, you're really going to work hard for those two fish. By the time you reel in both of your two fish, you're done. Like you're glad it's only two fish.
Now, okay, so what kind of arrow are you using in fishing?
I think we're using muzzies.
But like is that the tip and then do they got that little wire on them? Is that right?
On the.
Like the tip of the arrow?
I mean, there's prongs on it. Yeah. It really depends on where you're fishing and what you're fishing for, which tips you use.
Oh, really? I
Hmm.
had no idea.
Hmm.
Uh, I honestly, again, I'm showing my ignorance, but I have no idea about fishing. I remember like my dad when we were young, he had a fishing arrow and it was a fiberglass arrow and had a point on it, but it had two prongs coming out of it.
And that's usually what I use, but we do have some with more prongs. It just depends. If we're shooting where there's a lot of grass, then we won't use too many prongs. But it just depends on if we're shooting big fish, small fish, in the mud. Shallow water, deep water.
So you got it down to a science.
Well,
This
I like my husband to make all my decisions on the arrows and tips. He knows
yeah,
more about all of this than me. I should have made him come do this too.
yeah, you could we could have had both of you guys. And here but you're kind of your Instagram is really popular. So I mean when I'm scrolling through I saw like a ton of stuff that you're doing, but also you had like you said a recurve bow. Have you gone back and shot that at all?
Oh yeah,
Um
I have a bear recurve that I love to go outside and shoot at the target. And I just got a new Oneida Phoenix bow, which is kind of like a cross between a compound and a recurve. It's another lever bow, so it's similar to my what I'm fishing with, but this one I can actually hunt if I want to hunt deer or anything like that.
oh
So
wow, that
I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I'm just target practicing now. We'll see.
well that's the key, right? I mean, go but who taught you how to shoot? Who taught you how to shoot your bow?
Well, my I mean, when I was younger, my dad taught me with his compound bow, but my husband, he pretty much guided me on how to do it.
Okay. All right. So he's he's the driving force. But
Yeah.
are you getting out every day on your own and saying, "Now I want to go hunt," or I want to practice, I want to practice, I want to practice"?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is
I
it
on my own. He just kind of told me like, you always have to bring back to the same spot, different things like that. That I just didn't. I was just shooting straight instinctive. Now I kind of got a little bit better understanding of how to, you know, aim at things.
but you've been successful though. You've been pretty successful on in the fishing scene.
Now I don't. Yeah,
So
I don't too much shoot like him when it comes to fish. I shoot instinctively. I just look and I shoot. He's more
yeah,
an aimer. Like he looks down his arrow and he aims. Both
right.
ways work great. We both shoot fine. So
Yeah, what I'm wondering is, what I remember we used to spearfish when I was a kid. Like we used to spearfish carp when I was a kid, and it's hard to hit those carp in the ditch. Like I can't imagine being in the open water and trying to shoot an arrow because you can't. The reflection of the water, right, is
right.
got to be. You got to take that into consideration.
Yeah, I'm constantly like all like if the water's different than what I'm used to, I'm constantly asking how deep is the water because you have to make it. You have to really change a little bit on that. But I do have a fishing spear. I hadn't used it yet. I'm looking forward to using that one day.
Yeah, we used to do as kids. We used to tie like we get the spear tip, like we get that trident tip, and
Uh,
then we get like a shovel handle or whatever, and then we tie a string through it and hold it onto our wrist, and then from the banks, and we throw it at the carp. And I'm sure it's very similar. I did see you throwing a spear though. That was kind of interesting. Is that in your Olympic future?
I don't know.
Javelin tossing?
I always joke because I have these useless talents that I haven't found much use for, other than making a video. But the spear is actually where I got started because, like you did, we made spears to throw to get ready for those races because I did Spartan races, and I got really good at that. So that's where we decided to start the bow shooting.
Okay, let's circle back there. What the heck's a Spartan race?
It's an obstacle race, so you're just running and doing all the obstacles, monkey bars, rope climbs, a spear throw.
Kind of like I did in the army. Sounds like an obstacle course in the
Yeah,
army.
something like that. Yeah, and if you don't complete that obstacle, then you have to do 30 burpees, I think it was. So the spear throw was really one of those obstacles that was can make or break a race for you because a
Yeah.
lot of people couldn't hit it for whatever reason. I think it's gotten a little better. People have gotten better at it, but
Well, if you have nowhere to practice, or you're like, I don't have any spears. The only time I'm ever going to throw a spear is on this obstacle course. I imagine they're not very good at it, but they probably like, yeah, you know what? We'll find a spot to throw spears if it's going to make that big a difference. That's pretty cool. So do you do that regularly? Is that your other hobby that you're a runner?
yeah, I've taken a little bit of a break. I've run 11 full marathons and a
You've
lot
done what
of,
now? You've done what? 11 full marathons?
and I've done a lot of obstacle races, different things. But toward the end, like the last few years I started helping with an Ainsley's Angels. So it's an organization that pushes people in wheelchairs in races. And so
Wow.
the second to last full marathon I did was in Washington D.C. I did the Marine Corps, and I pushed somebody solo for the full marathon. And then I ran another marathon the next week, and then my hip decided it was hurt, so I've taken a year of PT and just lifting weights and stuff. So I'm just getting back into running.
Now you mentioned this, so I'm going to bring it up again. Um, you said that you've already had your 40th birthday, so I'm not going to ask you how old you are, but that is pretty phenomenal. Um, I had no idea before we started this, even when we were pre talking before the interview, I had no idea that you were such an athlete. That's incredible. Like seriously, and thanks for all you do there.
Ah,
Helping out. I can't. Yeah, that's just incredible. So you travel all over, and I'm kind of getting the picture here now. You guys are, you got you got your fishing hobby, and you've got your you got your marathons and Spartan races. I don't know where do they do Spartan racing? Like, is that all over the U.S. too?
All over. Yeah, I've traveled. I know I've been to West Virginia. Um, where else? I've done a few in Texas, Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina. Like they're all over. The biggest one I've done is West Virginia, and we did it. I did three in 2 days. Sorry, they're fighting.
That's okay.
Oh well. Yeah. So yeah, and then with the marathons, I've traveled a lot. So we've stayed busy. Now we're doing mainly traveling for fishing. Any races I'm going to do is probably going to be local. Well, I did sign up for a half marathon in Key West, I think in February. So that might be my back to it kind of run.
So you guys travel a lot. That's you're getting out a lot. Any particular city or place that you like better than the other
For running or for fishing or just for travel?
for just travel?
For travel, we really loved Montana. That was a beautiful place. We love mountain
Yeah,
lakes and Lake Tahoe. We love paddleboarding. We've tried to find cool places to do that. Lake Tahoe was probably one of my favorites. Um,
that's amazing.
yeah.
Now, do you guys both have jobs that you can kind of get out and travel whatever you want or do whatever you want? Is it you
Um,
got pretty good freedom?
yeah, pretty good for him. His he has a pretty good job to where he can do. He owns his own business, so he can kind of do as he wants. You know, to a certain degree. I am. I was volunteering for a while, but they just hired me to start. So I train 2 days a week at the gym. I train a group of individuals with disabilities, and so
Wow.
so I do that. But other than that, I'm just a mom with dogs and kids. So I run
Oh, okay.
lots of errands. And my kids, they both are in school, but the drive to town is 30 minutes to pick them up and drop them off. So a lot of time on the road too. Okay, sorry.
Well, that's nice. And then you get lots of time to think about your draw, your anchor, and your pull through and all that stuff, right? While you're on
Yeah,
in the line waiting
that's
for the kid.
the whole bow fishing and shooting my bow. That it keeps me sane. It keeps me grounded. Yeah.
Now, do you have a process when when you go shoot your bow? Do you have a process that you're thinking like step? You don't have to step me through. Let's talk about it. Let's chat about it. So you're in the boat, right? And you got your bow. You knock an arrow. It's connected to this fishing line, which is awesome. It's so cool. I'm sorry, I geek out on that a little bit. It's really cool. And then you kind of drive around, you spot like a gar or something like that, and then you just draw back on it. Like, do you set like how do you stay stable on a boat enough to be able to aim and hit a target?
Each boat's a little different. Our setup, I can actually stick my knees, like I can stable myself behind the lights. So we have the big lights around. Um,
Yeah.
the box is big enough to where I can put my feet and my knees, like I can get myself stationed there. Other boats, it's just different. I figure it out as I get on each boat. Some boats are a little harder than others, but you just kind of, I mean, it's not like you're not going fast when you're moving, so you can kind of just
I
stand.
know, but I figure you guys are from Louisiana. You're out on a river. I figure you have like I don't know
Yes, it,
20 20 beers in you, and then you're trying to shoot a bow.
tequila. That's my go-to.
What's that?
Tequila. I bring the little bottles of tequila with me. That keeps me.
Keeps you warm. Keeps you. You need something to stay warm. I'm just telling you. I love tequila too. I'm a massive tequila fan. I don't understand that. I'm not even. I'm from Canada. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh, that's
Like it
where I'll
makes,
visit is Canada.
you should go to Canada. You need to fish up there. Take your bow. You got your little package or your. I see you travel with your bow. Get you and your husband get up there. Get up to Canada. Do a little fishing up there.
I want to
There's
get.
lakes everywhere.
I know. I
Lakes.
want to get beautiful lakes. I want to
Yeah.
Canada, but I don't know. Stop. Oh,
What's that? You want to what?
I want to go paddleboarding in some of those beautiful places.
Yeah, some of it's good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna oversell it, but in the summertime, it's black flies and mosquitoes though. It is brutal. Even on the lake, it's even. I feel like on the lake, it's even worse.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's just a lot. You get bit a lot. If you like that kind of thing, I mean, it looks beautiful in pictures, but when
Right.
you're there,
I'm used to
you
mosquitoes, but not like that.
that's true too.
That sounds terrible.
That's that's true too. You're from like the swamps of Louisiana. You shouldn't have any problem with Canada. So yeah, it's nice if you ever get a chance to get up there. I mean, every province has its own beauty. So there's places everywhere to go. But straight up from Louisiana, you'd be like in Ontario or Manitoba. Those places are really nice. All those places are really nice up there. And I think that you should go and take some of our fish. Now, when you get these fish, which ones do you like, and which ones are you kind of like, I'm not so crazy about eating that.
Um, Usually we only shoot at home. Or we only shoot that we eat. So redfish is my top favorite. Um,
Okay.
we've done catfish, and we'll have fish fries for employees and stuff during Lent. And then sheep's head is good. Some of it we usually give a lot of it to friends and family. We eat a lot of it, but a lot of it we can also give to people, and they're so excited.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be awesome. Fresh fish, that'd
But
be
but
incredible.
redfish, yeah, that's my favorite. And I don't really shoot a whole lot of gar because we don't eat it, but I know
Yeah.
people that do, and they do love it. So for me to shoot a gar, it has to either be for a number, like a competition, or it has to be of a good size. Or are we not seeing anything at all? I don't know. I don't like to just shoot to shoot. And flounder
Oh,
is really good too.
yeah, I've never had flounder,
Oh,
but it's really good.
oh yeah.
Now, how do you cook it? Just like all kinds of ways, or do you fry it mostly?
I think I've had it grilled, and I like that a lot.
Flounder, grilled flounder.
I'm
Now you
pretty
can't say that. You can't say flounder because that's the flounders are the fish in Dora. What's that?
Oh,
What's that show? It's a kids show.
the
I mean,
Nemo.
Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo. Isn't Nemo a flounder? I don't know. Anyway, um, so are you you mentioned competition. So you actually compete fishing with your bow fishing competitions, or
Yeah, we've done a lot of tournaments. We do not come close to winning anything ever, but we love being around other people and just shooting different areas. Ramsey, sorry, if they hear a car, they go crazy.
yeah, my dogs too. I think everyone's dogs. Um, if the FedEx guy shows up, I
That's
never
what
hear
I
the end of it.
was FedEx.
And I think my house every single day my house gets a package from Amazon. That's what happens when you have two girls and a wife that
Damn.
don't understand economics.
Come sit down. Well, we have family behind us, so we have a long driveway that we're in the front of the driveway. So like, not just our packages, but all the packages that come through, or my dogs go crazy.
Oh, that's nice. You got a little family compound there. Oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
lots of family.
So, is there anything else that you want to tell us about yourself as an archer? Or anything interesting or unusual, or something that you want to tell people, or advice that you'd like to give people if they want to get into fishing?
I always try to get people to bow fish with me all the time. Some come, some don't, but if they go, they come back. Like that's just it. Like it's so much fun. It's more than just fishing. It's being outside. It's being on the water. It's we just have the best time, and we laugh, and we have I don't know. It's just it's fun. I have a group of girls that came and fished with me October from different states, and they've already decided to come back in February, so they'll be here around Mardi Gras time. So
Yeah, who doesn't want to be in Louisiana Mardi Gras time, especially when Shannon, you're bringing tequila. Count me in. If you're bringing tequila, I'll jump on that boat with you guys and fish anytime. I
and
think
king
that's
cake
my.
Mardi Gras. So
What's that?
I already promised them I was going to get a king cake because it'll be Mardi Gras.
There you
So,
go. There you go. And do you guys celebrate all those kind of Louisiana things? I mean, Fat Tuesday and
yeah, we did. Well, my kids get a week out of school, so we usually will take that opportunity to travel. But um, I don't know if
Yeah.
got anything planned yet or not.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean,
that's just,
something will come up. Sounds like a fun place. Sounds like you guys are fun. Sounds like your whole family is amazing. Again, getting out there and fishing. Love that you guys do it together. That is the family is great. You mentioned you had kids.
hmm
Is that right?
yeah,
And are they do they do any sort of archery?
they do. They're actually going to come with us in June. They're going to shoot a youth tournament in Maryland. So they're
Really?
about that. My son's actually really good with archery. If he comes and does it, he's not very much of a late night person, so he'll usually find a spot on the boat in the middle of the trip and fall asleep. So
Yeah. Well, as soon as he turns 21, he's able to join that tequila club of yours. I think he'll be okay.
he very good.
Uh,
And then my daughter, she'll be 13 in January, and for her birthday, she wanted to book a boat with our favorite captain, and so that's going to be her birthday party is on a boat. So,
that's amazing. You guys are growing up on the water. Your kids are growing up on the water. That's cool. So they got a good role models in you and your husband, and hopefully they get into trad archery. We need more people. We love it when people get into trad archery, be able to post that, and just it's nice to see especially women get into trad archery, because it has been in the past, it's been just a sort of a male sport, and it's getting more like it's not like that anymore, which I love to see. It's like so many women are in it. You're a good role model and example, getting out there and actually doing stuff with it. So I really appreciate you being on the show today. It's interesting to learn about fishing. I can't wait to watch the rest of your stuff and just keep following you, because I think it's really cool. Anyone you want to give a shout out to, or can you give us your Instagram handle?
wait, what did you say? My dog barked.
Sorry. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to, or give us your Instagram handle too, if you don't mind?
Um, my Instagram handle is Shannon Dutruch.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. Um,
Well, they can search for it and they'll find you. That's fine. Hey, I want to say thank you to my sponsor, archerypass.com. Those guys are awesome. If you're looking for trad gear, they're always there for you. And archerypass.com, they got great prices and some of the best wood arrows on the market. Anyway, thanks for everyone sticking around. We appreciate it. Shannon, thanks to you, your dogs, the mailman who keeps coming by, and just for being here today. We really appreciate this. This was an excellent learning about you. So thanks very much.
thank you for having me.
No worries at all. We'll have to get your husband on here soon. We'll have to tell him about that.
Oh yeah,
All right.
he's better at this than me. I promise.
I'm sure it'll be fine. All right. On to good stuff. You're great. Thanks very much.
Thank
Talk to you
you.
later.